Wait, I think this is the house here. That looks about right.
Should we ring the doorbell?
I think that might be good. Let's go on up there and see.
Hi.
Hi, Sarah. Are you ready for the questions?
Yes.
Very good.
How do you like my kitchen?
It's nice. When did you buy this place?
About 2 years ago.
2 years
Two and a
ago.
half.
Okay. You ready for your questions?
Sure.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
Well, it's always been red, but now it's kind of blue.
Blue looks good on you.
Yeah.
What was it like when you were growing up?
It was a different household. And I managed to get to stay in that household until I graduated from high school.
Until that you graduated. But your dad died when you were 4.
4. And then I was, my mother abandoned my 2 brothers and me, and then the courts took us in, and they got to put us where they wanted us. And I got, my older brother and I got to go to one house, and my other brother went to a different house.
What was your best friend when you were young?
My best friend was Cookie.
Cookie. What was she like?
She was my very best friend. And we went to all through high school, and we used to always ride the school bus home together, and then we get in trouble. Like, we decided to make our eyebrows pretty, and we ended up taking them right off. Sat down, and then pushed that, and below I got a cup of coffee in no time.
Where were you born?
In Stanwood, Michigan,
What year was that?
1937,
Month?
April 23rd.
What day?
April 23rd.
What did you want to be when you grew up, when you were little?
Well, I guess I didn't have any real aspirations.
Did you have any pets?
I had a kitty.
What was the cat's name?
I don't remember. It was a great big cat, and my guardian's husband was mad that I had it in the house because it shed.
What were classes like when you were growing up?
My classes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, we went to I think I told you once before my first experience going to kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
I was very small, and all I could get for shoes was those little white baby shoes, and I had to go to school in those little white baby shoes that laced up, and the kids were making fun of me, and Cookie, the one that turned out to be my best friend, came over and said, "Don't you listen to them, those shoes are beautiful on you."
Cookie sounds awesome. Was her real name Cookie?
No, her name was Carol Ann, but her mom always called her Cookie. That was her nickname. Let's go have a seat over here.
How old were you when you moved out, Grandma?
I was 17.
17.
Yep, I graduated. I said I was moving out the minute I turned 17. And I packed up my stuff and left that house that I was brought up in because I was never really happy.
Were you scared when you moved out?
No, because there was a girl that lived up the street, and she was 2 years older than me, and she always liked me, and she had an apartment in downtown Lansing, and she invited me to come and live with her until I could find out what I wanted to do.
Did you get a job?
Yeah.
Where did you work?
Well, I first worked for the Board of Water and Light as taking bills.
What's your favorite job you've ever had?
My favorite job was with my the doctor wrote this oral surgeon, and I worked with him for about 7 years. I got married when I was working for him.
How old were you when you got married?
I think I was 25.
Who did you get married to?
George.
Do you have any pictures?
Yes, I do. I have lots of them, and I'll be glad to show them to you.
All right, let's go.
And here's
Thanks.
over here is lots of pictures. Is the wedding picture.
That was you and George on your wedding day?
And this is my graduation dress.
Did you make it?
It's red with fur on it.
Oh, it's Christmassy. When did you learn how to sew?
Very young. I took sewing in junior high, and then this is my wedding picture, and this is we lived in Detroit, and I had your mom born in Detroit. Mark was the first baby, so that would have been Mark. And this is the others.
Do you have a picture of your grandpa?
Right there, he's a fisherman, and he rented out boats, and he lived on the river, and he had big, huge gardens, and it was, the cemetery was just about a mile up the hill, and that's where my father was buried, and that's where my grandpa was buried.
What did your dad do?
He worked in a factory.
Do you have any other pictures in the house that you'd want to show us?
Oh yeah, I do. Let's go in the kitchen. I got this big billboard up here of all these things. All my grandchildren's pictures are on there, and that's Mark, and that's Margaret, and that's Liberty, and Mary, and Gretchen, and Cannon, and oh, isn't that horse cute? And this is Gretchen and Mary. The one up there, over there, in the corner. That's when he was homecoming king.
Oh, yeah.
Who's your favorite grandchild? The one holding the camera?
I love each one in my own personal way, and there's no divisions that I have to
And
say.
we spend the most time together now.
She lived with me for 18 years.
Yeah, right now.
Okay, well.
What's your favorite holiday? It's close to Thanksgiving.
My favorite holiday is, I think really Christmas is, but it's cold. And the older you get, the less you want to go out
Yeah.
in the cold. But Christmas, you can't go above Christmas.
I agree. I love Christmas.
Yeah.
Do you want to go finish the rest of the interview out on the front porch?
Sure.
Why don't you take us out there?
Okay. Come on now. Oh, it's cold out here, isn't it?
Be quick.
These people were fixing her, doing her house when I left for work today. They're still here.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
What was the scariest day of your life?
The scariest day of my life. I think. Oh, I know. We were Cookie and I was together, and we were on the pretending to hitchhike over to where I lived, and up pulled my guardian, and we got in big trouble.
How did you pretend to hitchhike?
We had our thumbs out. We had our skirt pulled up and our thumbs out, and we were only like 12. And when we saw that car pull up and stop, we knew we were in trouble.
And what was the best day of your life?
Best day of my life is every time I have a new grandchild.
Okay, that was awesome. Well, I'm out of questions. Do you have any more, Liv?
I don't have any more questions.
Okay, awesome.
Well, thanks, Grandma. I think it's time for us to head out.
Yep.
Thanks for letting us interview you.
Okay, I'm happy.
All right.
I
have a
gotta
nice
get
day.
home.
Bye, Grandma.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I'm glad you came over.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Okay, now but be sure to do that nice film.
All right, we will.
You need some money to do it with?
Probably.